My name is Meredith Mann, and I'm a librarian for Manuscripts, Archives, and Rare Books at the New York Public Library. Today we are going to be talking about John James Audubon's The Birds of America. If I could use one word to describe John James Audubon's Birds of America, it would be monumental. It is a true accomplishment of both artistry and scientific ambition. Audubon was trying to draw all the birds of the United States in their original size, and to do so he needed to use the largest format paper that was available at that time, what was called double elephant paper. The book itself is huge. It's about 40 inches by 27 inches, so it stands almost 3.5 feet tall, and it consists of 435 plates derived from the watercolors that Audubon himself drew. He described them as being drawn from nature at the size of life. And what that meant was that rather than relying on specimens that were mailed to him, which was the common practice at that time, he would collect them himself, and then he would pose them in his studio in a lifelike manner, and then sketch them immediately and paint them in watercolor. He took his watercolor illustrations to Robert Havell Jr. of London, who converted them into copper plate etchings. Each plate was hand-colored by a huge team of people. It's estimated that at the height of its production, there were up to 150 people working kind of assembly line style, adding color to each plate. This allowed Audubon to create multiple copies of the complete set of illustrations. Ultimately, they had about 200 sets that were sold in installments. He would create 5 prints at a time and then sell those to subscribers for the overall work, and that gave him the money that could finance the production of the full set of 435 plates. The library is fortunate enough to have multiple sets of the Birds of America because they were collected by wealthy book collectors like James Lennox, John Jacob Astor, Samuel Tilden, whose collections formed the core of the New York Public Library when it first opened in 1911. It was something that was recognized as valuable, important, and a mark of taste. There are items from the Rare Book Division throughout the Treasures exhibition. Johann Gutenberg's Biblia Latina, or as we would call it, the Gutenberg Bible, the very first book printed in Europe with movable metal type. We also have a beautiful illustrated edition of Milton by William Blake, Euclid's Elements of Geometry, and many more that you can explore by coming to the library. If you're curious about something and the entire history of the printed word might be able to answer it, then I hope that you come in and visit us.